Welcome back to R for Economics. In this one, we're going to be talking about the matrices and vectors. So in R, what we have when we create a vector, an R-based vector, you can see that it's an integer and it goes from 1 to 3, and its class is integer. And then we can do the same thing for a data frame. We can get a collection of these. So now we've got 4 variables, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on all the way up to 12. And then you can see this is a data frame. And we can multiply the data frame to the vector, and we can see that 1, 2, 3 has been multiplied to every single element. So this is 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 1s, 2s, and 3s. And we can also multiply the vector to the vector, and we get 1, 4, 9, which is the first column here. And we can also multiply the entire data frame to another data frame of the same size. Now, what about in matrices? So if we created something called a matrix, 1, 2, 3, that creates our vector. And we can see that it's a matrix because it's got an indicator saying this is the first column, and then this one's the first row. So that's a vector in A. Now, we can also make a matrix. So we can make a capital mat, and we're going to go through 1 through 12, and we're going to say this thing has 3 rows and 4 columns. And we can see that it has 3 rows and 4 columns, and we can see that it's indicated that this is column 4 because of the comma 4. Now, what if we had an extra number? So what if we had 13 and we wanted to make this matrix? Well, it's going to tell us that, 13 is a little bit long. We ran out of spots, so it'll only make the first 13. If we wanted to make something less than that, let's say we had 11. Actually, let's say we're just less than our 13, because 4 times 4 is going to be 16. So a 4 by 4 matrix, if we tried that, we can see that it also gave us an error and said, we're not a submultiple of the 13, because we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What do I do? Well, in R, it'll just begin again at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3 gets written in. Now, we can also generate these things by rows by just doing the by row is equal to true. And you can see that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and it's going across, and it gets to the 13 and then starts again at 1, 2, 3. One of the things we can also do is we can multiply by vectors. So this is a special thing that when you try to multiply a matrix that's not an R-class matrix, it will actually give you this error. So it's saying it's not conformable. Well, that's because the matrix rules have to apply. Now, if we have matrix A times matrix A, remember that it is 4 by 4, so it's going to conform. Likewise, for the addition, it's not conformable because the dimensions of A is 3 by 1, and the matrix of A mat is 4 by 4. Okay. Likewise, mat plus mat. As long as they're the same dimensions, then it's not going to give us an error. Okay. So matrices are more formal versions of the R vector and the R data frame, and they will conform to all the matrix rules that exist. Okay. And we'll see you in the next video.